God damn it. Spooky! October is the month of haunts, my friends, so it's time to look for some spooky games. Let's see what Steam has to offer us. Oh no! Oh god, no! Okay, I can only handle so much horror. Let's see what PSN's offering us. Oh, this is interesting. Resident Evil, or as it's pronounced, Resident Evil, is the first game to coin survival horror. While it's only a remake of the original from 1996, I feel this one's vastly superior, in more than just the graphics. While the original was great, and spawned 3 great sequels, it hasn't aged well. Its countenance is all gross and craggy and covered in liver spots. Director Shinji Mikami felt the original was out of date, and in a 3-game exclusive deal with Nintendo, he decided to kick it off with a complete overhaul of the original. Voila! Complete with new graphics, areas, enemies, and story elements, this one is so much better. Our adventure starts off with a team of specialized police investigating mysterious murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City. When the first squad goes missing, they send in the A-Team. Oh, no, that's the Alpha Team. They find Bravo Team's crashed copter, and then are attacked by these charming pups. And because dogs are scary, the pilot takes off without his team. Like you do when you're in a specialized tactical squad. The remaining members have to take refuge in the Addams family house, and in classic horror fashion, they split up. Only after they confirm there are monsters. Brilliant. What sets Resident Evil apart from other horror games is its playstyle. It's a horror game where you must solve puzzles to survive. The monsters and zombies are more of an obstacle, and you're using your weapons in self-defense rather than offense. Your focus here is on survival, not slaying monsters. But if that's what you want to do, Capcom has another game for you right over here. By far, the best thing about this game is atmosphere. Atmosphere so thick, your knife won't cut it. You gotta get heavy duty to get through this shit. I'm serious. You have to feel this. Go, turn off the lights, and watch this. Hurry up, we don't have all day. Ready? The lighting, minimal background music, and simple effects such as rustling branches and swinging chains in the foreground, the very logical use of shadows, it creates a very intense and dense atmosphere that drives the horror and suspense. The graphics use 3-dimensional models on 2-dimensional rendered backgrounds with small amounts of particle effects to create motion in things like water. This leads to set camera angles, which works wonders with this genre. Not being able to see an entire room adds a whole new level of tension. If you combine that with trying to not get eaten by zombies while solving riddles, the game becomes a heart-pounding rush. However, all that glitters is not gold. There are many complaints about the controls. You control your character by pushing forward to start walking and use left and right to steer. This takes a lot of getting used to, but it is logical for how the game's designed. Due to the camera angles, it's the only control scheme that makes sense. Also, having the controls a bit of a challenge is a good idea because it reminds the players that they are not god warriors here to dispense justice on those hellspawn. You become wary of passing into areas you haven't been yet. You fear running into a zombie. No, not 10 zombies. 1 single zombie. They seem impossible to kill, and with a very simplified aiming system, you aren't a sharpshooter scoring headshots left and right. You have to rely on almost methodical spray and pray tactics. And the zombies can take up to a full clip to dispatch. And with ammo being fairly sparse, it's a tough decision. Do I fight him now, or do I try and run past him and deal with him later? Outside of controls, the only other downside is the voice acting, which is hilariously bad.
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
I see. Thanks, I'll take it.
See you later.
Ciao.
There's a fairly decent amount of replayability as well. The game allows you to choose from 2 different characters with a slightly different array of abilities that take you through different routes throughout the game. Chris is the only cop in existence to have been issued a knife rather than a gun. On top of that, he's fairly lazy and will only carry 6 items at a time. Jill, on the other hand, carries 8 items. She also has a lockpick that can pick simple locks. However, she dies much faster than Chris and doesn't deal as much damage. Jill's story overlaps with Barry, another member of Alpha Team, while Chris crosses paths with the only surviving member of Bravo Team, Rebecca Chambers. While the game follows a similar path, each character's route feels a little bit different, and I encourage you playing through as both characters. Fun fact: this game was almost violently different than what we have today. The developers originally wanted to make all of the enemies invisible. They decided not to on account that it would change too much from the original 1996 game. If you beat the game with both Chris and Jill on the normal or hard difficulty, you can actually unlock the invisible enemy mode. Give that a try. Fucking dare ya. Capcom has a habit of running every series they have into the ground, but this game is a reflection of a time before that. It's how Resident Evil should be played. Not like this. This is schlock. And for the month of October, it's free for the PlayStation Plus members, so buy it for the low, low price of $0. Speaking of zero, if you want to play more Resident Evil and don't want to play complete garbage, pick up Resident Evil 0. It's on the same engine as the remake, and you can play the prequel story about Bravo Team's Rebecca Chambers, and some convict. And how she got to this is about Rebecca Chambers here, and this convict. This convict's my friend. His name's Billy. Billy the convict.